Hello and welcome to another SUV. A compact SUV, a mid-size SUV, a fat hatchback, call it what you want. The market has been flooded with these kind of cars for quite a while now. And Skoda has just sent their new fighter into the ring for a rumble. Now, the new car that they are launching in this segment is called the Kushaq, which sounds like an Indian internet celebrity. And it's, as I mentioned, a mid-size SUV, and it is based on the MQB-A0iN, which is a variant of the MQB platform, which was specifically adopted for Indian markets by Skoda. It's probably not something you wanted to know, but there it is. It's adapted for the Indian markets to fit our standards and regulations. What you might want to know is that this SUV is 4.2 meters long, 1.7 meters wide, and 1.6 meter tall, which, if you're good at visualizing arbitrary measurements, you should tell you how big it is. If you're not good at it, this is slightly smaller than the Kia Seltos. And if you don't know what the Kia Seltos is, then so the entry level 1 liter TSI of this car produces 85 kilowatts of power. And yes, kilowatts, the better measure of power, the more modern, the more correct form of talking about engine power output, unlike horsepower, which is used by people from 1800s. Just in case you are a Neanderthal like me, the engine output is about 113 horsepower from the 1 liter engine, and it is transmitted to the front wheels via 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic transmission. So it's effectively a front wheel drive. Again, fat hatchback, as I said. So the 1.5 TSI develops a power output of about 110 kilowatts, which is close to 150 horsepower, and again delivered to the front wheels via 6-speed manual. The engine can, however, be configured to have a 7-speed DSG, which is a dual clutch gearbox automatic, which is good. So the power output for this car, given the size, should really be enough for city driving and even intercity driving if you wish to. Now, historically, TSI engines have been punchy. So TSI, by the way, is turbo stratified injection, which is Volkswagen's own trademark engine tech. So again, as I said, historically they've been good engines, punchy, so power should be enough. Now, talking about the features, the entry level of the Skoda Kushaq features, as Skoda themselves say, particularly powerful air conditioning, which means it's not got a lot of features other than that. And then it has some other basic features like a anti-slip cup holder and stuff, very boilerplate. So on the features front, there isn't anything to stick your head out of the car and shout about, which you couldn't even if you wanted to, because the entry level variant doesn't have a sunroof. The range topping style variant, however, comes with an electric sunroof, an auto dimming rear view mirror, keyless entry, and wireless charging, which is good. So now the release talks about an infotainment system that enables smartphone integration with their SmartLink features, but it doesn't mention Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, so not sure if it is going to be there. Most probably not, otherwise it would have been advertised in the marketing material. So that's about it. Will this car stand out of the highly cluttered, highly competitive market of compact SUVs, or will it just get brushed under the carpet like the others? It's too soon to say. However, it does look very good. It is striking, sharp creases, angular, very clearly a Skoda design. Looks really good, to be honest, and Skoda hasn't been known for making bad cars, have they? They've almost always got it spot on with their cars. So yeah, that was pretty much it. So it mostly depends on the price now. How the car will be priced is going to be very important. So check out our Insta page for more details. We will definitely be talking about the pricing of the car when it is announced. Drop a like on this video, share this with other people who like cars. Drop a comment, tell us what you think about the car, and we will see you soon with the next video.